Okay, this is called The Dream of X. Got it as an interlibrary loan, and I'm just going to page through it with the hope that this amounts to a scan of it. Illustrated by Stephen E. Fabian, who was a pretty big deal, may still be a big deal. Donald M. Grant, publisher. Now this has got an interesting history, and I'll probably cut and paste the Wikipedia about this book. Because what it was, this is it's 113 pages long, or 130 or whatever. And it's got an introduction that goes on for 10 of its pages, apparently. And The Dream of X, the only reason this book exists, there's a 1,300-page version of something called The Nightland. And William Hope Hodgson had some sort of need to get his work copyrighted. So what he did was he sent off this very drained and edited down to a nubbin thing called The Dream of X. And you can see it's generous, it's big type, so even when it gets up to 100 pages, when I think of what it took me to read The Nightland, 1,000 pages of stuff where you're going to yourself, did he just reiterate what he's been saying? It's very redundant. The story's very, it goes on and on. But at the same time, it is like it says, an imaginative work that is a touchstone for H.P. Lovecraft and others, of almost like permission of like, how weird can we get? And like I say, I'm hoping that this is almost like, once I review it, that if I feel like working from it, I can go back and look at the text of this. I'm going to read it too, but I have in mind my own comic book. I'll just call it The Nightland, but I might refer to this in terms of like how to very quickly drain the story down to essentials. And I was going to have my own little 10-page scripts, 3 of them per issue, but then include one page of, look at that nice color. I'm halfway through the book. But then include one page or thereabouts of the adaptation of Nightland. And of course, once done, I'm at liberty to publish whatever I do, because Nightland is in the public domain. Hope Hodgson, William Hope Hodgson, was an interesting guy. Died in World War I. One of those guys where, modern warfare had arrived. Nobody was coming at you with shooting at each other with single fire. Well, they were shooting at each other with bolt action rifles, but they were also gunning for each other with automatic weapons, and stuff was coming out of the sky a little bit at them, not yet. But there's been a lot written about how modern warfare shoot everybody up in World War I that was used to holding ground and having a series of, look at that, nice. The House of Silence, probably the most mysterious thing, and left mysterious. There is no answer for what the House of Silence is. It's just that once you get close to it, you're likely to go into its thrall and just walk into it and never be seen again. The sun has died in this world. All illumination is starlight and ambient, volcanic, etc. 107 pages. And so this, I was done strictly to get some copyright action going. I think that was probably the cover for the paperback. This is a very extremely limited edition of a book. It's 2,500 copies. I got it through our interlibrary loan. It came from down in Texas, I think it's one of the coastal spots. I'll look it up once I get to the end. Just taking a quick look. It looks like, you know, the beats are there. The love days. It is a love story. A love story stretching across millennia. The Dream of X. First published in this form, 77, edition of 2,500 copies. Printed by blah blah blah. And there it is, and it came from San Antonio, Texas. All the way to me with a lot of sun damage to it. Pretty cool.